Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video I'll be sharing with you my climb from Master 5 to Master 1. Ignore the maxi, none of my maxi, 4 allos, Purulia, whatever you want will work in this video or in this climb. I think throughout the entire games, only one full allos, or was it maxi, actually went through. I'll have a different video for that one, where we'll be breaking boards, specifically going second continuously breaking boards with Branded Elfnote. Now in this climb, we did use Branded Elfnote from Master 5 to Master 1, and it was pretty fun. I hope you guys' climb was pretty okay. I normally don't do this climb always to Master 1 because I just don't really have the time to do it, but I decided to do it this time just to have some fun in Rated. Here we are playing against Synchrons, and of course my opponent also had a draw, so if we had gone first that would have been quite terrible. But anyway, this deck is actually pretty crazy, and Synchron really got a big buff right now. You can see I paused there. I just wanted to show you guys that particular monster, Rage Rose Witch, is absolutely annoying. Anyway, I'll try not to talk too much, but I'll just try to explain things as well. So they already have 3 negates on field right now: the Bestial Rebellion, the Baron, and the Trap card. With the Baron and the Trap card both being only negates, and the Baron being anywhere only negates, the Trap card being an on-field only negate. And of course, as a Synchron player, the end board isn't good enough until they make this particular one monster. Yep, they have to rip you for 1. I was just praying they didn't hit the Albaz. They hit the Poly. We had another one luckily, and of course I drew another Albaz. Oh my god. So yeah, I'm not activating its effect, of course, even though that would have eaten the Baron negate. Probably I just I didn't have enough cards to lose, and I just figured it would be better this way. There's no way I win this turn. So now we've baited all the disruptions except one, which is this Synchro one, and we don't really care that much about what they do with this one. What I was worried about was them activating Tinia to banish a card from our hand immediately, but instead, since we cleared the field, they have to go Lucina. It wasn't the wrong play, and here they immediately did that. I don't really know why they did that now. Maybe they thought I was going into another Albaz, but it's already in the graveyard and Ecclesia can't summon from the deck. But we get the Fallen to get rid of that trap and also send a Rain Drum to the graveyard, not Titan, just so I can fuse with their monster next turn, because the Fallen of Albaz is in the graveyard. Titan Clad summons from deck, not graveyard. So I will explain more about the plays of breaking boards in the other video where we deal with breaking boards. But anyway, we chain block the Albaz there with the Golden Sword, so against an Ogre, because this deck does play Ogre. I know they really wanted to use that Elfnote Synchro to continue their plays, so we just got rid of it. Now for the next duel, I do have more replays going second, and I will have some replays in the board breaking version where I don't use Super Poly at all. Because I know people will be like, yeah, but you did use Super Poly to break the board. I don't understand. Super Poly is a board breaker, that's what it is. And I just think it's pretty cool how useful it is now. And like the decks and the games showing the true power of Super Polymerization. It has super in its name. Of course, it's supposed to be good. That's how good it was in the show. And I don't think it is broken. Well, it is broken, but what I'm trying to say is it's not like it doesn't not deserve to be broken. It does deserve to be broken. It just goes to show its true power. I'm okay with it being limited or semi-limited as well. But anyway, this is against Kewl Tune. Our opponent saw my hand. Of course, I drew Nibiru. And right now, I don't have any targets for Super Poly, and I didn't want to use my normal summon. I just want to bait most of their disruptions, and then we'll figure out if we use the Super Poly or not. That's basically my thought, because I had a lot of plays to go through. And if you notice, I still haven't normal summoned yet. My Meteors is there. I really want to send it to the graveyard, but I was worried about a Ghost Bell. So they have used one of their negate, which is a Zalen. I'm going to dodge that pop of the mix and finally go into this, and that has mainly taken care of most of the issues I have. We do know they have a Kewl Tune synchro, a Q in hand, maybe a clip as well, which could probably go into a crackle, but I don't really think, like, you know, they want to rig start. Even if they do rig start, we've not normal summoned at all. So it's pretty crazy the amount of things we can do. So yeah, I just want to make a Baron immediately, just in case they, you know, have more plays. Again, all of this is without normal summoning, and we have enough for game already. Get rid of their field spell, and it was pretty crazy. This climb was actually one of the most difficult ones. I'm not gonna deny it was even more difficult than the Tempai season, I guess. It was just pretty crazy. Okay, we're going second again. I promise you guys, this isn't the video for breaking boards. Okay, this is the version of me climbing to master. All of this was what I faced. I opened this badly, going second, you know, with a Duel against Kewl Tune that doesn't really care that much about Duel, as you see, and maybe a Maxi or a Fualos that was always ashed or called by the grave, except once, and I will have that particular time in I think the other video coming out very soon. But anyway, this is against a full combo Kewl Tune. I really also want to apologize for the sound in the background being fast. I recorded this without, you know, knowing that the audio of the game was still on. But anyway, we have no Super Poly and we have no Elfnote plays. The trap is a break right now, so I'm just baiting all the disruptions, especially that mix. Yeah, we saw they added an ash and stuff, I think. So I just need to get rid of all of that stuff. Honestly, I don't think they should have ashed the Fallen of White, because it was just grabbing an Ecclesia, although the Ecclesia could have gone into the Golden Sword, so which would have then gone into our full plays. But it's just continuous baiting. Now I'm baiting the mix again. I need to get rid of any chances they will stop our Alba's play in the end phase. That's mainly my goal. And I went into a crackle to really get rid of us going into either a Mirror Jade or the other fusion play, the Dogma. And you see the main reason why I sent the Grandanoid to the graveyard earlier on with the white card, even though I was hoping they would negate it with the ash, they didn't. I sent it just in case they didn't, so we can get the Quem, which would be a very, very annoying disruptor, and extend the next turn. So this is where they should have kept their ash. I was just praying, please, no Ghost Bell. And it actually went through. They banished our Mirror Jade, which will come back. So instead of shuffling that back, I'm just going to return the other cards that were banished by Clip's effect, so we can have them back. And now Quem returns back our Ecclesia, and we just have more plays. So for their turn, we literally are just quickly, we're going to go into an Albion. Now, since they didn't, you know, do anything crazy, I decided to use Albion's effects to bring out the Fallen of Albas. We still have Quem's effect, just in case, you know, you know, in case they stop our Albion. But I really don't want them to go into their extra deck before we get a Mirror Jade on the field. And now, since we've got a Mirror Jade, we can just, you know, fill the field with bodies, get rid of their plays. And they have so much to go through. They can't even OTK us, and their field is going to get wiped at the end phase. And we have more recursion next turn. Now we have some go first plays. Let me know if I should use my commentary in these videos or not. I just try to have a conversation with you guys. So that was a bait for an ash. If they ash that, I mean, they wouldn't be able to ash the spell card, but you know, if you're wondering why I didn't activate Alba's effect from the hand to special summon itself, I didn't want to lock myself into level 8 Synchros or Fusions, mainly because we have Elfnote plays in the form of the spell card. So I'm just baiting with Branded because Elfnote can bridge into Branded. And we have the Elfnote plays still. Exactly, so there was immediately gonna go into a Baron because that would have been our 5th summon. We got another go first play. We have Super Poly and I'm just baiting right now the Tinia, just to see if they have an Ash and stuff. Of course, they Ash that. We still haven't normal summoned, so this is where we have a big choke point here. I have made some changes to the deck. I added a third Ash and a second Power Patron, so I'm not really scared of sending my own Power Patron to the graveyard. And then I think I took out one of the medias. I will show you the full deck at the end of this video. But anyway, we have full place here. So this is literally the Regina combo. We still have our normal summon, which I immediately used there just to get rid of Regina. One Regina and another Elfnote card. The end board is okay, but it's a little wonky. So most times if you don't want to use another card or have an extender, you literally have to use your normal summon like I did there. So I'm just bridging from Elfnote into Branded, and now we have, this is our end board. Crazy enough, this is our end board. It's a lot of disruptions, more than you normally think, and I really just want to save that trap for as long as possible. Radiant Typhoon is like one of the worst decks we could face right now, so immediately I'm trying to banish. But we got super bullied here. It wasn't funny at all, I'm gonna be honest. That really hurt. And they still have full place added to all of that. It's just crazy. So before they pop the trap, I really just have to bring the synchro, but I can't use this synchro's effect. The moment I do, I will be locked into synchro only, and I have a fusion card on the field that I really want to use in the form of the Cartesia. So I'm just immediately going to get rid of those two cards they control before they go into their extra deck cards to get another MST and stuff, and then change its attributes from Mud Dragon from water into dark, so I can go into Granguna, which requires a light and dark, to send Rain Broom to bring back Albaz. And then since I banished a card which was Rain Broom, the Golden Swords will triggers to bring back another card. It's just crazy. So this is why I love the deck. There's so much that can happen, and before the opponent can destroy our field, they need to also do a lot. Alright, we're going first again. This time I have like 2 plays. That's usually my go first hand, guys. No joke. Come watch the streams. You see what I mean. So we got purged there, which kind of sucks. And now we just have the foil of white place, which is still kind of a lot as long as this doesn't get stopped. And it didn't, so we're still good. Ecclesia into the Golden Sword. So that's why we play the Golden Sword. So it helps us. Also, if you're wondering why I left Albaz on the field, it's not going to be on the field till the end of this, because we triggered Golden Sword's effect and Quem, right? After banishing the synchro. So you need to make Quem the Chain Link 2, Golden Sword or Chain Link 1 in order to do what I did here. If not, you will miss the window of special summoning Cartesia to the field. So this is our end board. Doesn't look crazy, but it is actually pretty cool. We don't have Elfnote play, so this is just literally Branded. It is against Zodiac, so we really need to get rid of their cards on the field before they can go into the exceeds and do crazy stuffs. And being Zodiac, that means probably is also Radiant Typhoon as well. So immediately I am just bringing out the Albaz, using it and Grangwinol to go into our Mirror Jade, and immediately we're getting rid of that second card. They got rid of our MST, and there's the Radiant Typhoon. So they try to bait our disruptions with the Zodiac cards, because Radiant Typhoons can special summon without, needing their normal summon as long as they have MST in the graveyard. But here, it seems I don't have any disruption, or only one disruption being the Albaz, and that is true. And I honestly do not want to use it against this link, because I already have a Mirror Jade on field. I can only control one Mirror Jade. So instead of bringing Fallen of Albaz, I'm just bringing out Spriggan's Kit. So if they destroy that, I will have more Reborn. Like literally, we don't get OTK this turn. That being said, we do have in the graveyard the Rain Broom sent by Mirror Jade, and I'm just waiting for one particular card. That's the card. So I was waiting for the Phoenix because that's their final and the most important disruption Radiant Typhoon has. It's in Phoenix and it's in also the Monster Negate. Phoenix, if they're trying to break board and go for game, Monster Negate for first turn plays. And there's one card you would notice I have not sent to the graveyard so far. It's not the Fallen of Albers. It's actually Titanclad. Yeah, you can make Titanclad with that. So this is the deck list I used for the grind to master one, and I'll just touch on the changes and click on each of the cards so you understand. We have one Duel. I took out the second Duel. Not that useful against the branded cards, but still useful enough to have at least one of it. We don't care that much about getting Duel, but it's useful against Sky Strikers and some of the other annoying decks. Then we have two Power Patron because one of the getting banished was quite annoying. One Maxi, I added a third Ash. You can still remove this, but I got Maxied so much it was quite annoying. Then Fallen of Albers, Incredible Ecclesia, one of them, one Golden Sword, so one Cartesia, one Quem, two Fuwalos, two Meteors the Pure because we are playing one Theory Realize, two Fallen of White, one Kit to Reborn, it's just for recursion and stuff, two Lucina, two Tinia, one Fortuna, she's not a starter, two Regina, one Nibiru the Primal Beam, still very useful to me, helps me a lot, especially against the Exorcista player I faced. I'm sure they would have been so pissed. We impromed their monster and then Nibiru the field. Then two Welcome Home Elfnote card, two Super Pool, you can play three, but I'm okay with two. One Caught by the Grave, two High Spirits, I am not playing three of these. And two Fallen of the Virtues, I'm also not playing three of these. Two is okay. Two Imperm and one of these. Then for the extra deck, I have more Dragon for Super Poly targets. I added Garura for Super Poly targets, especially against Malice, especially if we don't open the Albers also. Then also, it's not bad to have this because you can always send it to the graveyard with Grangunol. So that's the main change I made in the extra deck. We still have the one Titanclad, one Albion, one Masquerade, one Mirror Jade, one Lubellion, one Grangunol, one Ringbroom, one Albion. I'm thinking of changing this for something else, but it's still useful sometimes. It did help me rank up to Master 2, I believe, against a Psychic player. Then one, the Dragon that devours the Dogma, one Seraphim, one Ecclesia, one the three Champions, and one Baron the Floor. Okay, that's the deck list. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or requests, please drop them down in the comment section. I read all of them. I'll respond to you if needed. I'll make a video if necessary. I really love this deck, and I hope it gets more support, and I hope that some of the generic stuffs get banned, because those are really disgusting to see in a pretty fun deck like Elfnote. Especially, I mean, Baron is also generic in a way, and I'll be pretty cool if it gets banned, but this, I really want this gone. All these kinds of disgusting stuff, just get rid of them, Konami. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, y'all, and bye bye.